best podcast, the Heidelcast.
It's a Heidel minicast. And now, Scott Clark.
Incredible and incredulous.
If the Heidelcast helps you, won't you help us keep it going? Please make the coffer clink by clicking on the PayPal link or by sending a check to Heidelberg Reformation Association, 1637 East Valley Parkway, number 391, Escondido, California, 92027.
You love your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers. Well, of course you do. One way you can show that is by sharing the Heidel blog and the Heidelcast with them. It's easy to do from any podcast app or from YouTube, wherever you're hearing us. And of course, if you're reading us on the Heidel blog or using the Heidel app, it's easy to hit the share button there too. Let somebody know you love them by sharing Heidel content with them. Thank you.
The Heidelcast.
It's easy to confuse two words when they have the same root. This is the case with the adjectives, and those are words that modify nouns or persons or places or things. Incredulous and incredible. As incredible as it might seem, and as incredulous as you, dear listener, may be, these two words are not synonyms. They do not mean the same thing. Therefore, they may not be used interchangeably. Incredulous means unbelieving. It describes the subjective state of a person. For example, he was incredulous at some of the claims being made for that new toy. We may substitute unbelieving for incredulous. She was unbelieving when confronted with the manufacturer's claims about the new medication, for example. The root word of incredulous is the Latin word that is essentially the same word, spelled just slightly differently. According to the Oxford Dictionary of the English Language, the OED, incredulous was used in the 16th and 17th centuries to describe those who were, quoting, skeptical of religious belief, close quote. Today, however, the word is used more generically to describe skepticism of any kind. If you intend to communicate skepticism, then of the two words, incredulous is the correct adjective. The second adjective, incredible, would seem to be similar to incredulous, in fact, so similar that they might be interchangeable. But that's not true. Like incredulous, its roots are also in Latin. It's incredibulus, which in Latin means unbelieving or unbelievable. In both cases, we should avoid the etymological fallacy that is determining the sense of the meaning of a word by its etymology. For example, you hear this all the time when a preacher tells you that dynamis in Greek is related to dynamite, which is true, and then proceeds to use dynamite to define dynamis, and that just doesn't work. So, in this case, incredible describes a person, a place, or a thing that is beyond belief, and it's been used that way in English since the 15th and 16th centuries. Strictly, it describes something that is literally impossible to believe. For example, her thesis was incredible, would mean that the argument proposed was literally beyond belief because the evidence didn't sustain it. Most often, however, in contemporary usage, the word is used to describe hyperbole. For example, that 75-foot putt was incredible. Well, if we all saw the same putt, then of course it wasn't literally incredible. It was amazing. It was stupefying, it was remarkable, it was thrilling, but it was not incredible. In this sense, as the Oxford English Dictionary notes, the author or speaker means to say that prior to the event, one would have thought it incredible. My English friends use incredible in the strict sense of being beyond belief. American usage has tended towards the second hyperbolic sense for decades. When you want to communicate that you or others do not believe something, use incredulous. When you want to say that something or someone is either beyond belief or perhaps so unusual as to be difficult to believe or hitherto impossible, use incredible.
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow for more from the Heidelcast, brought to you by Heidelberg Reformation Association.org. Don't forget, when the coin in the coffer clinks, the cost of bandwidth shrinks. Copyright Heidelberg Reformation Association. All rights reserved. This is a Heidel Media production.
The best podcast, the Heidelcast.